Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Rewind That. I'm your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. I just finished watching the last episode, or the latest episode of Forced, season 3, episode number 8. And I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to come on right now and do an impromptu live. I told you guys that you have to have your notification bells turned on, being subscribed to this channel, because you just don't know when I'm going to come on. Because of my schedule, I have to be spontaneous. I have to right now, because right now it's just a lot going on. And if I try to plan a live at this point in time, it's going to be too much on me. You know what I'm saying? So when I have the energy, when I'm really not doing anything, like I got to do what I got to do. Okay. So no notes, no pictures, no nothing. We're going to talk. How do you guys feel about the latest episode? We see the last thing that happens is that JP dies. Okay. And Art Love, what's up? You said, you heard me screaming your name. What? So tell me why, though. Why was you screaming? Did anybody think of me when any of this stuff is going on? Because let me tell you something. I know there's a lot of things that I have said and stuff like that. Now, guys, I just watched. I've been backed up for 3 weeks on this show. Okay. I have not watched. I just watched episode 5 and 6 like the other night, probably before Christmas. No, matter of fact, the night before Christmas. And then on Christmas Day, I finally watched episode number 7. So that was yesterday. And then tonight, I was like, yes, I cannot wait to freaking watch this episode. Now, let me tell you this, right? So hey, Michelle Wadler. So for what is that? Like the previews for the next episode, when I watched episode 7 and it showed like the trailer for the episode 8, and Diamond was like, yeah, B, it's business, it ain't personal, when he shot somebody. I was hoping that it would be Shanti, but I had a feeling that it was going to be Kendra. I was like, too good. They're not going to give us that much to even think that it's going to be Shanti. Yo, them freaking brothers. What's up, Tasha? How you doing? So them freaking brothers, the Samson brothers, they are off the hinges right now. Their minds are totally gone. All right. They're both under the influence of something, right? So we have Jannard, who, of course, he's back. You know what I'm saying? Back on that stuff again. He get on my freaking nerves. He gonna die, y'all. So we got Jannard doing that. And we got the older brother who is drinking that hard liquor. And let me tell y'all something. I've been telling people for a while that leave Diamond alone, okay? Because this is the belief that I have. When somebody used to be crazy or used to be wild and doing stuff, and they're trying to change, I believe that the best thing for you to do is to leave them alone, okay? Let them be that way, because it's only too many things you're going to get away with before you wake that person up again, right? And me, I believe that when someone changes, the best way for them to stay changed is to surround themselves with people that respect the change and are not going to like manipulate that old person in them, right? To wake that demon back up or anything like that. Not to say that people can't be fully delivered and stuff, but like, let's be honest. For me, being a spiritual person, when you do certain things, you may have been delivered from it, but when you do certain things, like play around in the sand with the devil, you're leaving the door open for him to enter back in. And that's basically what happened with Diamond. He had this weird notion that he could still be in CBI, which is a gang, a Chicago gang at that, and drop no bodies and pretty much try to be as straight and narrow as possible. It doesn't make sense, okay? Not at all. You can't do it. So eventually that demon was gonna resurface. And I kept telling y'all that I knew that once that demon unleashed, that he was gonna be crazy. I just knew it. right? So now he's doing too much, y'all. But because of who he was before, I can't help but be amused by it. Is that messed up, y'all? Like, I was amused when he deleted Kendra. I'm sorry. Like, this is TV, okay? So I do not condone none of this stuff that he's doing, obviously. But child, I just be amused, okay? Because of the way Diamond is going, I do not see him surviving. And daggone sure don't see Jannard surviving. Shanti, she over here just planting seeds and sowing discord. She been doing that from the jump, okay? She been trying to come between these brothers from the gate, right? And so now that she's working with Tommy, she's a whole hypocrite, okay? She want to get on Jannard and everything and judge Diamond for working with Tommy. But then when stuff hits the fan and she's out of the loop, that's the first ninja she goes to is Tommy. Like, really? You ain't no better than nobody else. And let me tell you why this type of stuff keeps on happening. Because everybody right now that I'm talking about, every name that I've mentioned, they all want power. And because they all want power, they're going to do something they probably shouldn't do, or they're going to do something that's immoral to get on top. Now, I wish that Jannard was not Jannard, what's his name? Diamond was smart enough to see that, and maybe he is, because we don't know yet, right? He was smart enough to see that, to see through Shanti and what she's doing, instead of him trying to go back to her, telling her that he deleted Kendra and he got her territories now. I wish he would have just been smart enough to know, like, I ain't gonna mess with Shanti. For her to just go straight to Tommy like that, it just shows me that she's disloyal and she can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you want to be like going to her, trying to bring her back into the fold. Like, no. Like, if she was really about business like that and she wasn't what you call it, like a flip-flopping manipulative chick, power hungry and whatnot, a Jezebel. If she wasn't, she would have stayed in CBI. She would have stayed working with them regardless to what was happening between her and Jannard. She would have kept it business. But she didn't, because her whole thing was that she wanted to take over CBI and the territories or whatever. The same, like I said, she's a hypocrite. The same things that she's been accusing Tommy for doing. She want to do it. She didn't build CBI, but does she have an issue with taking it over? No. Because at the end of the day, selfishness. As long as I'm on top, I don't give a daggone how it's going to happen. But if I need to plant a seed into a ninja's head and manipulate him to get him to do everything that I need him to do, that's what I'm going to do. Because at the end of the day, I want to be the queen. She is manipulative. She's grimy. That conversation that she had with Jannard in the last episode about you was nothing without me and da-da-da-da, and I built you, blah, 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 all that stuff. Let me tell you something. She was saying everything she wanted to say to him to get him all wrapped up in doing what she wanted him to do for her. That's all that was. You can't tell me she really cared about Jannard, because to me, a real woman, if she really cares about her man, she's not going to try to have her man kill his brother. But I don't give a daggone what you talking about. Your heart is not good if you have a man that you love, you want him to kill his brother. If at the end of the day that's what you want, then guess what? At any given time, if I'm a man at any given time and I was to take my brother out for you, that means that anything I do that you don't like, I could be next. Period. Exactly, Art. Period. Queen manipulator. Okay? That's exactly what that is. There ain't no daggone way she's a good woman. But I will tell you what I like that she said, and I'm not Team Shanti at all. But as a woman, I was like, yeah, girl, talk your stuff back. That's something you say back to a ninja, right? When he was like, when he said, oh gosh, he said nothing is ever enough, or he said you too much. She said, I'm too much and you ain't never gonna be enough. Okay, I said, girl. Okay, but I'm still not feeling you, because she likes to talk all of this, right? To be on some, empowering stuff and try to act like, she's a good woman, this and that, and third. She's not. She's not a good woman. Like, can we just be honest about that? She is not a good woman. And a real man that's really trying to build, that's the wrong chick to be with. That's it. Because for her to say something like, I knew I chose the right brother, is that right there should be telling. That's a red freaking flag. Okay. Let me see who's talking over here. What's up, Gemini? He's the old snap. Hey, Miss K, it's been a while. I hope all is well with you. Happy holidays. Currently multitasking, saw you live. Oh yeah, learn Jannard is DOA. Tommy gonna cancel all seasons on Jannard. Yes, he is. And if Tommy doesn't, you know who gonna get him. D-Mac. I mean, let me tell you something. I would rather it be D-Mac than Tommy. Because remember, Jannard already tried to take D-Mac out before, right? Am I right? So let's get it done. Let's get it done. Jannard, listen, guys, I love Jannard. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But he's done for. Like, he's done for. Period. Okay, and then I'm trying to scroll down, but I'm using my phone, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to see any more comments. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Let me see. Shanti is a product of her environment. What's up, Stephen Harris? D-Mac is gonna be the one to. Okay, you here with me, Art Love. Stephen Harris. D-Mac is going to be the one to unalive Jannard for taking out his father, and I feel like that would be justified. I don't want it to be Tommy. Please don't let it be Tommy. Okay. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I liked about the end of the episode. Let me tell you something, right? First of all, Tommy told his brother, do not do anything. Do not try to do anything to Jannard. Of course, JP already did. Okay. As we're watching these episodes, I don't know if y'all saw it, but I saw it. They were already setting it up for one of somebody in Tommy's family to die, right? Because you see all this family closeness and you see them getting in touch with Kay and the family is coming back together. They're, letting bygones be bygones, blah, 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 blah. They were setting it up for some type of deletion, right? So that was either going to be D-Mac or JP. I knew that already. I was thinking it was going to be D-Mac. Because they're talking about, go to school, go do this, go do that. And I was like, oh gosh, no, D-Mac is about to die. And remember earlier in the season, I was kind of annoyed with D-Mac. I told y'all I used to really love this kid, but the way he's wilding out turns me off. And I was like, listen, if he dies, I don't give a damn, right? At this point, I don't want him to die, but let's be realistic, right? If we can be realistic with power, because a lot of times we can't be, right? But if I'm being realistic, if D-Mac dies, I can't be mad. Okay. He's done a lot of dirt. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of harm in these streets. He's been wilding. That's what happens, right? But at this point, would I like to see it? No. Okay. But I knew they were setting it up for somebody to go in Tommy's family. Okay. But tonight, when I watched the episode and they pulled up on JP, I knew JP was done. Like, there was no way JP was going to get out of that alive, right? It seemed like he was, to be honest, right? It didn't seem like King Kilo was trying to delete him. Jannard was the one that was in his feelings about JP beating his freaking behind. All right, so he deleted him. Now, King Kilo is looking at Jannard like, we don't need your help no more. And the other dude was like, you ain't say nothing about an A-whooping, right? So he said, you're done. I'm gonna find a dude on my own and I'm gonna take him out my own, on my own. And you and your people, y'all done. You and your brother, y'all done. So Jannard turns around and blasts King Kilo and then turns around and gets his mans. I said, oh my gosh. The best scene in this freaking episode. I'm sorry. Like, on Sunday, I'm hoping we can come on and do the panel, and I'm gonna try to reach out to my girls. But if not, y'all heard it here first. I won't stuttering. Y'all heard it here first. Okay. Favorite scene, favorite part. Okay, because I was like, that's how you do it. Like, first of all, you gotta understand, y'all. Even if I don't like a character, right, and they do something that makes sense to me, I'm going to say it makes sense. I'm not going to hate a character so much that I'm not going to point out when they're doing something that makes sense or when they're doing something that's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that. So Jannard just deleted JP. I'm not happy about that. But for him to turn around and take out King Kilo and his mans, you better do that. This guy, first of all, here's my thing, right? King Kilo, he didn't threaten Jannard's life, right? Because my thing is he could have just deleted him right there. You know what I'm saying? But Jannard, in his mind, he's like, what, you know what? First of all, I'm tired of you and your crew disrespecting me. That's probably the type of time Jannard was on. Like, I'm really tired of these ninjas disrespecting me out here in these streets. Do y'all see how they act towards him? That dude with the dreads, when they were talking, they didn't want to hear nothing that Jannard had to say. They don't have respect for him. So he's like, I'm just tired. At this point, I feel like he don't really mind taking orders from his brother, but everybody else, y'all need to respect me. But I just think it was smart for him to get rid of King Kilo, like for real, because my thing is, why have a dude like that out here in these streets? You know what I'm saying? Why? Bye. Period. Jannard unlocked that demon mode. Kilo, what? I can't see it. Kilo came home just to get smoked like a champ. Facts. Like, first of all, why he come home? And what was you in for? Like, I need more. King Kilo and the RD still never trusted and liked Jannard for what he did. Right. I understand. I get that, which is the reason why I think it was smart for Jannard to get rid of them. You know, I just think it was smart. Like, if you out here and you doing stuff, do it. You know, like, and of course, I'm saying this as a viewer, as someone who, this is not real. Okay. But if this is the time we on, just be on that. Period. So I'm with it. Force has 2 episodes left. I think it's time to make good on that post-credit scene from Ghost and let Tariq link up with Tommy and D-Mac in Chicago. You know what? I want to put a pin in that. Or take a Hitman wins the worst ever Hitman award. And I'm so glad that Maria took his behind out, ran over that ninja. Okay, front. Take it back now, y'all. Okay, 1 hop this time. 2 hop this time. Listen. Rolled over. Okay. JP he went out like a soldier for a real. Those whack behind Albanians. Right. Hi, Rashonda. Did I say hi to you? Blaze, what's up? He said, you love Jannard. Why, Miss KY? Blessings to you and everyone in the house. Hope everyone had a safe and joyous Christmas. Okay, so yes, I do like Jannard. I like his character. I always have. You know, I've never really agreed with anything about him, but he's an interesting guy. And I feel like if he wasn't in the show, it wouldn't be as interesting. He's just one of those characters. Like, and another person that I like, Miguel, like he is one of my favorite ops. Like, I just like how he move. I'm sorry. Like, I like him. And I love him and Maria's relationship. Like, it's the most loving siblings ever shown on, like, in the Power universe. Like, they love each other to the point where he's willing to put aside his differences. Like that whole situation where he called off that hit with Tom. I mean, he asked Tommy to stay because he knew Tommy was about to get got and he knew what that meant for him. But if it's to keep my sister happy and safe and blah, 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 whatever, that's what I'm going to do. Like, that's the type of stuff I like. I don't care. So I'm not like fully team Tommy. I love Tommy because of original power. But at the end of the day, y'all, his clock should have been punched. Okay? Like, and what are we doing? At this point, he has so many enemies. If he makes it out of this again, out of this series, which would be very stupid, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? If he makes it out of this series, the only thing he can do if he does is because he's going somewhere else. Where is he going to go? What, California? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long do we got to watch Tommy? Excuse me. Here's another thing. On one of the episodes, I think it was episode 5 or whatever, when he was, he was finally accepting D-Mac to, be a gangster, like whatever. I can't change it. But if you are gonna be, it's kind of like he pulled the Tasha. Like, all right, if you're gonna be a gangster, Tariq, I mean, a drug dealer, Tariq, at least I'm gonna have to teach you to hope, in the hopes that you won't get all jacked up, right? So that's kind of what. That ain't kind of what. That's exactly what Tommy did for D-Mac. Like, all right, since I can't stop you, at least I'm gonna keep you close and whatever. So when he said to D-Mac, that's what Kanan did for me in Ghost. He like, what? D-Mac like, what you talking about? He said, that's a story for another time. So for me, I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like they are setting up Tommy to be the narrator for the Power origin story with Tommy and Ghost story and stuff like that. I could see Tommy being the narrator. Now, I feel like now he's telling D-Mac the story, right? So I feel like it could work two ways. Tommy gets deleted, right? Just like Kanan was deleted, but you still hear his voice as the narrator, right? How they would work that out, I don't know. I don't know how that would be. But it doesn't need to make sense. Because I was saying it's like Tommy is telling the story to D-Mac, right? So if it were to be where Tommy gets deleted and they're just still using his voice to tell the story, then it would be very, very similar to Raising Kanan, right? Now, if Tommy survives, we could have it to where he's actually telling the story to D-Mac, right? And that's how it could go. I think that's a dope concept, but that may or may not happen. I don't know. But I still feel like it would be very unrealistic for Tommy to survive. He has all these enemies in Chicago, right? Same thing that happened in New York, where he had all of these people after him. But now you got all of these people, even the feds. I'm talking about, they have a personal vendetta against Tommy, right? Bobby has a personal vendetta against Tommy, which I don't understand why he let this ninja go. You arrest Vic, who has a personal vendetta against Tommy, right? You arrest him instead of taking Tommy in. After Tommy literally said to your face, Stacy said the same thing, right? Like, this little demon is actually bragging about taking out your wife. And guys, I didn't like Stacy, but I didn't like that. I didn't like to see her go like that. I really didn't. But I thought she was stupid for what she did. If I'm Stacy, right, I'm gonna make a move like that. If she wanted to do the right thing, and this would have been my plan, right? I'm going to make a confession to everybody. And if they wanna, like she said, they might not even slap my wrist, or I might just get a slap on the wrist or whatever. If that's what you believed, you should have gathered all the right people, including Bobby there, right? Said everything you needed to say. This is what happened. This is what Tommy got on me, which is a lie. And so because of that, this is what I did, blah, 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 blah. But I'm tired of this. I don't want to deal with this, blah, 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 right? Now we all as a squad roll up on Tommy and arrest him. I'm not going by my freaking self with this psycho. Are you kidding me? Then going to reach in your pocket trying to get some daggone handcuffs. Are you dumb, girl? That was the stupidest move she could ever do. Dumb. And here it is. I thought she was, even if something happened to her, that she would have still had a recording of the conversation, that last conversation that she was having with Tommy. She didn't even protect herself to the end. Like, such a freaking idiot. Okay? Sorry. Rest in peace, Stacy. I didn't like how you went out, but that was stupid. Okay? Gemini says, I can see it. I can see D-Mac taking out Jannard. Meanwhile, I always felt like Jannard is going to be Diamond and CBI downfall. Jannard and Diamond's addictions don't have them thinking at all. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? But I'm not going to lie. I like the fight in the last episode where Tommy tried to come at Jannard, and Jannard was like, not Jannard, Diamond, he was like, Tommy, this ain't what you want. Like, and I said, you better tell him. And when they were fighting, before they started really getting into it, I said, and it better be easy too. Like, I'm sorry, Tommy better not get no licks. But of course they had to make him get some licks in. Big freaking monster. That monster of a man. Are you kidding me? Listen, put his hand through the wall and everything. Listen, Jannard could have beat Tommy to death. Like, can we just be honest? He could have beat Tommy to death. So anyway, JP didn't back down. King Kilo wasn't going to do anything at first to JP. He wasn't. JP made sure Tommy knows who's in the house. And Tommy's anger went another level hearing Jannard's name. Yes. Which is going to be, it makes it obvious that he's going to go after Tommy. Go after Jannard. But I don't think he's going to get him. It has to be D-Mac. Let me see. I'm just looking again. Jannard is irrational. Baby, she jumped me from behind. I'm laughing a week later. Right. Like, what you talking about? Then in this episode, he talking about something. Oh, you can't really blame me. Tommy set me up. Are you kidding me? Are you really going to come with that nonsense? Are you really going to come with that nonsense? And like Shanti said, oh, did he shoot that thing in your arm? Did he help your pinochle slide into that chick's vagina? No. So stop, okay? You made the right choice at first, and you still allowed yourself to get all roped up into that situation. So shut the heck up, Jannard. Making no daggone sense. Jannard definitely earns his death, and it's time to go. Okay, like I said, y'all, there ain't no confusion here. I like Jannard, okay? But I'm rational when it comes to these people. Period. Jannard got to go. He got to go. And listen, eventually, the way Diamond, and I like Diamond better than Jannard, the way Diamond is going, he gonna have to go soon too, okay? Because, and then here's my thing, what I don't like about, I'm not gonna respect this about Diamond, but I kind of get it. I kind of understand. Because it was like he had to choose between his brother and himself and D-Mac, right? When it came to that whole King Kilo situation where he's like, all right, King Kilo wants the person who took out his nephew. And we know that was D-Mac. Okay, so he's like, listen, we don't got a choice. We got to serve him up, right? And I understand why he did it, because he's saying, look, King Kilo's like, if y'all don't do it, it's going to be you and your brother, right? Understood. However, if you are partners with Tommy, right, you should have went to Tommy and y'all should have worked something out. You should have been honest about it and say, listen, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Now I understand that the reason why he probably would have reservations about doing that is because he had told Tommy before to get your nephew out of here, and it didn't work. So now he's probably thinking, I have to take matters into my own hands. Now, the part where I'm saying I don't really respect is because when it was his brother, he kept the fact that his brother was using drugs. He kept that from Tommy, right? Because at the end of the day, who is he protecting? He's protecting his little brother. The same way Tommy's trying to protect his nephew, right? Now, fast forward everything. Instead of giving up D-Mac, they gave up someone else to take the fall for the M of King Kilo's nephew. My thing is, if you wind up doing that anyway, why couldn't you think of that before? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it just don't make sense, and it makes me not really respect that decision at the end of the day. Because it's like, y'all ninjas figured something out. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're going to be partners, and if you're going to be partners with me, you want to protect my family the same way you protect yours. And if there's an issue, we need to come to the table with it. Stop doing stuff behind my back, right? Tommy, stop doing stuff behind my back. Diamond, stop doing stuff behind my back. They were both doing that. So at the end of the day, it's like, none of them was really right. But I'm on the side of Diamond because Tommy is giving colonizer. Like, nigga, you can't be coming over here to where I done started this place. I've been growing my crops and whatever. And now you want to come over here talking about some, I'm CBI or I'm the coalition and this and that and the third. No, you're not. Okay. So I'm going to need you to fall the freak back. That's the part where I don't like Tommy coming in. Okay. I don't like that at all. Because, and then Maria, like for me, I feel like Maria, she's been making a lot of sense and things like that. But when she told Tommy, because Tommy was like, I'm going to burn down CBI. When she told him, no, think, Tommy, don't burn it down. Take it back. Take what back? This is not his. I don't care what kind of idea he had, right? It's not his. I don't care, right? So you are not going to come over here and think that you are running this. And that's been Tommy's whole plan. The fact that he's a white man coming over here, all right, and doing what he's doing, he's giving colonizer. I'm sorry, what is it? Okay, so come here for a second.
You live?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch. Oh, you got something to tell me? I
can't tell you.
What you talking about?
Colonizer. I can't tell you, man. You need to go watch it because you could have came over here and give your little 2 cents.
I wanted to, but now I think I'm gonna wait.
No, don't. No.
Because I want to see 2 episodes.
No, I'm telling you, don't wait. Yup, you're gonna run. You're gonna run into Miss 2D56. I'm sorry, 516 said I like Miguel too, right? Isn't he? And like I said before, he ain't he ain't hard on the eyes, honey. Anywho, I think Marshall turning on D-Mac is just laying the groundwork for him and Tariq to link up. Yeah, I could see that. That scene right there kind of bothered me just a little bit. But I'm glad that D-Mac didn't lose it and go all crazy, you know what I'm saying? And like do something to his friend. You know what I'm saying? Because Marshall was right. I've been here with you. What are you talking about? I've been down for you. So, but every time something goes wrong, I still have to be here to fend for myself. And you got to understand that, you know? But I did like the fact that when D-Mac said something foul, he's like, I'm sorry, bro. Right. But Marshall didn't want to hear it. So I at least like the fact that he was like, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that, whatever. But it still was like, just get out, you know, but I don't want it to be any more than that. Right. Because I really like how down for D-Mac Marshall is. Now we also still got to think about this, right, y'all? They met with that Korean chick. She has this issue with somebody robbing one of the games, right? And says that whatever happened, somebody had to get got for it. And she over there putting feet and hands and all that stuff and legs in the daggone acid. Here's how I feel about that, y'all. I thought that was corny as heck. Because here's my thing, right? If I'm a killer, I'm not intimidated by that. All you did was delete somebody like I do, but you took it a step further and you chopped up the bodies and you trying to use that as an intimidation tactic. Girl, miss me with that. Miss me. You're taking dead body parts and you're putting them in acid. I can delete too, sweetie. Like, if it has to come to it, that's what I do as well. I delete people. So that was so corny. Taking the body parts and throwing it in the acid, trying to act like she big bad. Like, girl, you talking to every last one of them ninjas that she was talking to done killed somebody. So what are we doing? They was laughing about it too, like, yo, that'd be crazy, right? That's all. At the end of the day, that's all they got from that, is that she's crazy. Because she over there talking about something. Because if you do, there's no mistakes that could be tolerated. Because you'll be in here too. Girl, shut up. Let me see what some people are talking about. Blaze says Tommy had way too much plot armor for a good minute. Now, way too much. My devil's advocate says Tommy needs to take Maria and go to Spain, Portugal, or wherever they said in earlier season. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, I'm just like, why is Tommy still alive? I'm on some what's his name from Power Book 2? Lorenzo. Tommy's still with us. Like, what is going on here? It shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening, guys. And I told you I love Tommy, but he should have been dead a long time ago. He needs to die. He needs to die. But, you know, delete certain people first. I don't want him to kill none of the Samson brothers, though. I just don't. I don't think that'd be fair. Because you came over here in my territory and you was talking to my brother. Like, I like when Diamond's like, don't talk to my brother like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like for real, stop. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and I was talking to your nephew a certain way, you wouldn't like it. So just like calm the freak down. What's up, DeMarcus? Did I get your super chat? No, right here. JP stand for just punch Jannard. Hey, pretty girl. Let me see. How did Stacey Marks think she was going to handle him alone? She had a nightmare about him. Yeah, she's so stupid. I'm sorry. Girl, bye. Bye for real. Mind you, when they filmed season 3, they didn't know this was going to be their last season. With Tommy's next chapter on deck, I'm curious who in Force will continue his next journey. Yeah, and look, as much as I'm saying that he should go, I know there's a possibility that he won't. Thank you for the super chat, DeMarcus. Totally appreciate you. You know, I just, you know, at this point, I understand that that's not going to happen. I mean, I don't know if it's not going to happen, but I understand that it's a great possibility because of what they have in store with other shows. Yeah. DMAC is definitely going to be the one to turn Jannard into Wormwood. Let's bring it on. Happy holidays, Miss K. Hi, Inga. Happy holidays. So DeMarcus says Shanti will flip Grayskull and the RDs against Diamond and CBI because Jannar eliminated King Kilo and JoJo. This will cause the RDs to side with Tommy New Coalition. Possibly. Very much so, possibly. But if that happens, I'm going to need Jannard to straight up uphold on this chick, Shanti. She got to be stopped, okay? She has to be. Because she got the nerve to tell Jannard, I'm sorry, dang the freaking names. She got the nerve to tell Diamond that Jannard been trying to delete him this whole time to be the Trojan horse. Chick, you are the one who planted this whole idea in this ninja's head by over there, you know, stroking his ego and calling him all kind of kings and this and that and the third. And then when stuff didn't go your way, you called him a peasant. Okay? Like, talk about emotional. Girl, if you don't go sit the heck down, let me tell you something. Raheem, I see he don't respect Jannard. I understand that because when JP rolled up on Jannard, Raheem just let him, honey. I said, look at him. He really don't mess with Jannard. But my thing is, why you mess with Shanti? So you have a problem with Jannard talking to you crazy, this and that, but you ain't have a problem with Shanti manhandling you like she was some kind of man? Got you all yoked up and things, sunning you? You don't have an issue with that? And now you over there looking like you trying to get with her, talking about something, oh, us, I like that hat. I like how that sound. Negro, please, okay? Please. Boy, you barking up the wrong tree, honey. Wrong tree. What's up, Tamika? How you doing? Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and all of that. Shanti mentioned Rojas, sure did. Has me definitely thinking Diamond gonna end up locked up and Rojas may get his revenge. Oh, wow. Good thoughts. But I hope that doesn't happen because guess what? I just don't want it to happen. I just don't want it to happen. I don't want him to go out like that. If he goes out, I'd rather him go out in the streets. I don't want him to go. I don't like jailhouse M's. It's just so brutal to me. I mean, I know that him getting shot up in the streets is bad too, but I don't know. It's just something about the jailhouse things. I don't like it. I believe that Jannard will go to prison for the death of Joey and the bodies because of the fentanyl. Well, you know, we'll see. Tommy was so confident in his talk that he basically confessed to DeFranco that he deleted his wife. Right. I said that earlier. And I said that was one of my, if we don't go live on Sunday, that's one of my scratching my head moments. Why didn't he take him in? Instead, he took Vic. Now, granted, I understand that taking Vic was basically to protect him, which I don't really mind. However, you should have just arrested Tommy right there. Everything is just so stupid, honestly. Let me say something quickly about Vic. Oh, let me say something quickly about Claudia. I don't know if you guys was thinking about me when Claudia died, honey. But yes, ding dong, the wicked witch is there. Finally, honey. You know I was happy about that. I wasn't going live, throwing no parade or nothing like that. Because they played in our face about it before, which I already knew. I told y'all that if she didn't die off the screen or nothing like that, and they didn't show her dead, she wasn't dead. I already knew she was coming back to the season. Somebody said something about, there was some type of post, like a little short about when she first met Tommy. Right? He came into town and she was like talking to him, and he was saying that she basically more gangster than this and that, or she's basically in the wrong position when it comes to her family. She's in the wrong line of business or whatever the crap he said to her. And somebody in the comments was like, she was the most gangster Flynn. And I'm like, honey, I normally don't like to respond to any of those things, but I had to say, honey, that girl was such a pretender. What are you talking about? She was the most gangster Flynn. You out your freaking mind to think that, okay? What are you talking about, the most gangster Flynn? As soon as this chick got in trouble, she ran her freaking mouth. She turned fed. Like, what are you talking about? She's the most gangster. She's not. She was a pretender. She was in the biz. She was just a privileged child. And I've said this to y'all plenty of times before. Just a privileged child believing that the world was hers because of that white privilege. I'm sorry. That is what it is. She just thought that that's what she thought, that because she already had the world handed to her since she was little, she thought that she could go into that world that her daddy was in and dominate and call shots and say, well, this is because I want this. This is what should happen. No, you wasn't made for it. I don't give a daggone. Look, the friggin' light then turned off. I don't give a daggone how much you thought and how many moves you made, how many people you deleted. It doesn't mean that you were made for the life. It just doesn't. As soon as they freaking arrested her, she's like, oh, I know people. We can work this out. I can pay this and that. Girl, figure out who the heck you talking to first before you start saying stupid stuff like that. And then if she was so freaking gangster, why the heck did she trust Stacy? She freaking fell right into the trap that was set for her dumb behind. She got exactly what the freak she deserved. I don't know why the heck Tommy respected her. He said, oh, I respect you more than your father and more than this and that. Please, okay? Please. And let me tell you something. I feel like the best person to delete Tommy is Vic. Only because Tommy sleeps on Vic heavy, okay? This ninja deleted his father. Okay, I'm going to go turn this light on real quick, y'all. I'm glad I got my phone because I was about to leave y'all over here real quick. But anyway, this ninja deleted his father, which I totally am so against. Y'all already know that, right? He deleted his father, okay? So what makes you think that he would not delete anybody else that he felt the need to? What makes you think that? Why wouldn't he do that to you? Which he should have done. I don't know why the heck he playing in Tommy's face like, you know what I'm saying? And then letting this dude talk to him any old freaking way, sunning him and everything. Ninja, you better do what you got to do and get that nigga Tommy out of here. That's what I think. The best person to delete him, to delete Tommy, is Vic. Just my opinion. Gemini, I know the coalition was his idea. It doesn't matter. Same way him and Ghost had their coalition with all their crews and leaders, he brought that idea to Tommy. That's fine. However, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you still a colonizer. You out here talking about I am the coalition. No, you're not. These are gangs that had to come in agreement with your idea, okay? They had to come in agreement with this. There would be no freaking coalition if these leaders of the gangs did not agree to this, right? So that everybody can make more money. And then on top of that, you join CBI with a founder, okay? Stay in your freaking lane and humble yourself. That's all I'm saying, because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. I think that, see, I understand what you're talking about, Gemini, but I feel like if he wasn't white, it would be less offensive, right? It would just be more like this nigga from New York, right? It would be like that. But I think it's way more offensive because of the fact that he's white, you know? It still would be wrong. It still would be a lot of nerve, but I don't think it would hit as hard, okay? So that's how I feel about it. DMAC is responsible for JP's demise. Had he just listened and not put down King Kilo's nephew, then JP would still be breathing right now. 100. That's a fact. That is a fact. Oh, DMAC says, I'm sorry, Devon says, Tommy actually stole the coalition idea from Diamond. Diamond treated Tommy like Clubber Lane did Rocky in Rocky 3. Guess what, guys? I never saw Rocky 3. I'm gonna have to react to it. I never saw Rocky 1, 2, or 3. Okay. I don't know why, but I just never did. I'm aware of that, Gemini. Okay, you guys are having conversations. Jannard will tell Madam Wu that D-Mac robbed Bolo, blah, 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 blah. Gemini said, talking about the lady, the Korean lady, she was mixing those body parts with that 4 chicken wings and beef fried rice. Oh, Lord, stop it. Stop it. Hi, AG. Oh, I hope you're not still in the building, AG. Because I'm dropping so many spoilers, baby. But I think you already know that. You will get all the spoilers in this one of the... But yes, you will get all the spoilers, honey. Please don't. Okay? It's okay. I'm watching and listening at the same time. Okay. But I can understand both sides. CBI originally was Diamonds, and Jannard only took over after he went to prison. But Tommy did play a big part in expanding. He did. He did. He absolutely did. Absolutely. Can't take that away from him. You know, but his attitude, right, is like, why are you acting like you could son me? And that's another thing, like the way he be coming at Diamond. And that's what Diamond, when he be like, I'm tired of Tommy, I feel him. I feel him. Listen, if I went to prison, right, hypothetically, God forbid, of course, and then, but because I had a whole gang, and I left it with my brother. And then when I came back, right, my brother was holding down. When I came back, this dude from out of town comes. I'm trying to take stuff back over. You know what I'm saying? He had the whole split situation with him and his brother, all of that. I'm trying to take stuff back over. And now this dude that I'm partnered with think that I'm his subordinate? You got me messed up, okay? You got me all the way messed up. I believe that Kate is calling Tariq instead of Tommy calling. Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, thank you for the super chat, DeMarcus. So here's the thing, right? Think about this. Tommy, we had kings. I'm going deep. When we was in Africa, you know how they be like, oh, we was kings and queens. And then you had the British and whoever coming over to enslave us and things like that. They were taking kings and queens and stuff like that. Like, that's crazy, right? So think about it like that. Diamond let it happen. He was cool. Everything that Tommy was trying to do, he was letting Tommy take the reins, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, he started to look at how Tommy was moving. I think with him, he was putting his trust in Tommy, and not really in Tommy, but in the process, because the whole point was we're trying to make money, right? And so he was trying to put his trust into the process. But by doing that, he created a monster, right? Where Tommy was just acting like he was in charge of just everything, right? And that he was the end all be all, somebody that can come and veto Diamond's decisions and stuff like that. Like Diamond said, how come he can make decisions without me, but when I do it, it's a problem, right? So could you imagine how he feels, right? He was the king in his situation. And here comes this guy, like I said, colonizer, and now you trying to take away all my power, right? It is different from when they went to Africa, because they just totally took over. They didn't give them, stripped the power, like, you know what I'm saying? It's totally different. But I'm just thinking of, like, I wonder how a king in that moment felt. These strangers came and they took my empire. They took me away. They stripped me of my humanity. It's degrading, guys. So at the end of the day, while Diamond is watching all the moves that Tommy is making, he's looking at it like, all right, like, I'm about to snap. I really am. And I think, honestly, he did Tommy a favor when Tommy came down them stairs and pushed him. And he like, nigga, did you just put your hands on me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I like when somebody knows, listen, I could really break you in half right now. So I'm going to let you explain yourself, because if I hit you back, there's going to be some problems. So even then, he had some kind of restraint, right? But when it was ready to square up, he really almost could have took Tommy out just like that, okay? I think that if he really, really, really wanted him, I don't think that Jannard and that other dude would have been able to hold him back. Now, what's up, Mo Dot? Jnard. should have used his inhaler one more time for for his asthma. Why are you saying that? He didn't arrest Tommy because no evidence. But he confessed right in his face, right? So that was my thing. You literally confessed. I'm a witness to you telling me, and then also my partner back there. And then also the informant, Vic. You confessed in front of 3 people. You know? Or is that not enough? Because apparently, if they really wanted somebody, you know how these people like to do. And I'm talking about the law folks, right? Maybe that's just a reach, but whatever. They don't need any evidence on Tommy, to be honest. He deleted James St. Patrick, still wanted NYC. Good point, MoDOT. Let me see. You have a point, Miss K, about Claudia. Let's see. I'm happy Claudia's gone. Couldn't stand her. Nope, couldn't stand her either. Now I'm waiting for Miss Manipulator to go. Stupid freaking chick. So, Gemini, are you a Tommy lover, Team Tommy? And when I say that, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm really asking you, like, you're Team Tommy. Are you one of those people that don't want to see Tommy die? Are you one of those people that don't think that Tommy deserves to die? That he's freaking earned his death 100 times over? Are you one of those? Let me know, please. So you said, well, Tommy has more experience in the game than most of them combined. Serbs know that, and they have history with Tommy and Ghost. Okay. I don't know if that's true, but if you're talking about like the younger people that Jannard has, right? Remember when Diamond came back home and they did the whole CBI split and everything? The younger people went with Jannard. I would say, yes, he has more experience in the game than those group of people, right? But not Diamond, okay? And the Serbs have been in the game for a long time as well. The Irish mob in the game a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really agree to that. But some of those gang members, absolutely. Because there's a lot of young dudes, a lot of YNs. Okay. Starring Toya. Hi, boo-boo. Happy holidays. Will we see Madam Moonlight before 20? No, you will not. I'm sorry. He had 15 years and CBI was basic. Oh, okay. So why is Diamond drinking? I don't know. Well, Diamond gonna regret not listening to Tommy. And I had arguments all week about that fight. Tommy held his own and I don't care. Okay, so you do love Tommy. Got it. Will there be a time where his time may come to an end? Yeah, it could happen. It should happen though, right? Like the fact that we're even using the could happen is just, and it's not, and I'm not directing this towards you. I'm just talking about the writers. Like, it's stupid. What are we doing that we have to keep Tommy alive? You know what I'm saying? What we doing? Let me tell y'all something. I know Tommy so much, right? My son came in and was like, Mom, did you see episode 7? It was good, blah, blah, blah. So when I'm watching it, I'm looking at Tommy and I saw in his eyes, I said, he about to kill her. Like when he was meeting up with Stacy. First of all, he had just finished having that fight with what's his name? Jannard. Damn it, what is the freak? These daggone names. Diamond. He just finished having that fight with Diamond. He was looking flustered. He was looking crazy. Like he was giving OG Power crazy. He had that look in his eyes. And I love the fact that the actor, Joseph Sikora, can bring that out and show like I'm about to do some crazy stuff right now. So when he did it, I said, I knew it. I know Tommy. He got that look in his eyes. Something's about to go down. He is going to delete Stacy. Okay, that's exactly what happened. So I don't remember. I honestly don't know why the heck I brought that up, but I know we were just talking about the fact that Tommy, you said, Gemini, that at some point Tommy could go. Unfortunately, because of what we're dealing with here, yeah, he could, right? But will he? It's stupid to me, but whatever. Long live Tommy, right? So, what else was I gonna say? Tommy and Ghost been dealing with cartels worldwide. Lobos, Jason, Milan, for example. So when I say experience, Tommy is on that level. Got you. No one's taking that away from him at all. right? Just the plot armor is just ridiculously thick, honey. Fort Knox on that plot armor, and it's very unrealistic and stupid. But as y'all always say, Miss K, if you want power to be realistic, da, 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 we know that's not going to happen. I know, but it's not going to stop me from saying it. It's not going to stop me from saying it. Star and Toya says, I didn't like it when Tommy was running from the fight. Tommy never run from a fight. Yeah, because I think he was being smart, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you already know that you do not have much to give, you better get the heck up out of Dodge. Period. I think he got a hit. Once he was ready, and then once he felt one of them hits, it was like, yeah, let me get up out of here real quick. And another thing about the reality of it, I was thinking, and I think I've already said this to you guys, I was thinking that he shouldn't have had nothing, right? Meaning he shouldn't even been able to get a hit off from Diamond, because I ain't never known Tommy to be a fighter. So I was thinking, yeah, you better not get no hits in either. The heck you talking about? But of course they made it happen. What's this? Veristic YT? I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome. Only thing makes sense is Diamond killing his brother and making it right with Tommy. You think that makes sense? Really? So hold on, let me see what you're saying, Gemini, because I can't see it. Hold on, sorry. Says, I do think that if he thinks more clearly and sober, he'll wish he listened to Tommy. We shall see. Okay. Over his brother though? Like, here's my thing, right? I really don't give two craps about, I do care about right and wrong. All right. But you're not going to get me to turn my back on my sibling for the sake of whatever the heck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. Now, yes, you can love some of your siblings from afar. And if that's the stuff that Diamond was trying to do, like how, Tommy tried to get rid of D-Mac, absolutely. Move him somewhere out the way. But with Jenard, that's a little harder because, first of all, he's a junkie, right? And then second of all, he's grown, right? So it would have been really difficult to remove him civilly and safely. And so that me saying that means that the only thing that's left for Diamond to do is delete his brother. And I'm not feeling that. I'm tired of Power doing stuff like that. So no, I'm just no. I'm not, I don't want that going on. But it doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen. I don't see why Diamond should regret anything when it comes to his fallout with Tommy. Because like I said earlier, they both were doing things behind each other's back. It's just that when Tommy gets a taste of his own medicine, he doesn't like it. You know what I'm saying? He don't like it. But, he can do it. He can dish it. But he can't handle it when somebody else does it. People like that I don't respect. I just don't. Let me see. In episode 8, Diamond got wrong about his brother wanting to kill him from ex-girl. You mean wrong information? Which is bad. Which is very bad. Which is why I want her gone. Because she ain't gonna stop till one of them take each other out. That's really what it is. And I don't know. I was gonna say at the end of the day, I think she would rather it be Jenard take out Diamond. But I don't think she cares right now. I think she's in her feelings about Jenard. So she don't mind if Diamond takes out his brother Jenard. She doesn't care about that. Gemini said that fight reminded me of Tommy and Ghost fight in Power. They didn't want to delete each other, but they're fighting like siblings, waiting for mommy to come stop the fight. It did. And I'm glad that it wasn't anything, crazy and nothing like that. And also it just, right now, it seems that they're not trying to delete each other, which is kind of strange, right? Like, do you think that means that they still kind of have some mutual respect? I don't think so. I mean, you know what? I don't know. It's confusing to me only because of what Diamond told Jannar to do, which was to go to King Kilo, which he could have got his brother deleted that way because King Kilo was about to delete the messenger, right? Go to him and let him know that Tommy lied. It was a mistake. So Diamond does seem like, oh, I'm tired of Tommy. So he did seem like he was trying to take Tommy out some way, somehow, right? But it didn't seem the other way around where Tommy was trying to get rid of Diamond, right? I mean, that's now that I think about it, I see it. Tommy probably, maybe he does respect Diamond enough to not try to like take him out, which is kind of weird, right? Because you just heard from Shanti that he tried to take out your nephew. Girl, sirs, it's confusing. Okay. So I don't think I'm gonna be on too much longer, but I'm not sure what I was talking about. But I know I was saying that out of all people, I wouldn't mind Vic riding off into the sunset with his little shorty. That would be okay with me. Even though I don't really like him working with the feds and this and that, but I just, at the end of the day, I'm like, whatever. Everybody's doing whatever they can at this point. It's just stupid, really. So, yeah, it is what it is. There we go. It's probably very cloudy. No pun intended, Claudia. Cloudy. Oh, Lord. Okay, guys. So, I wonder what kind of scratching my head moments there have been. There was another scratching my head moment. Oh, thank you, Veristic. There's another scratching my head moment that I had, and I actually forgot it, and I really wanted to bring it up. But if I go live with the folks on Sunday, then definitely gonna bring it up because I'm gonna rewatch the episode, which I haven't done in so long. I haven't rewatched anything in so long. Just been coming on here and talking, you know. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. How do y'all feel about Diamond kind of like switching up on that chick Kendra? Like he's like doing a lot, you know? And for me, like I said, look, I never wanted him to be dark, but I ain't mind him being gangster, but he doing too much. Like he's just on some, he's evil at this point. And I told y'all I had a feeling that if he does unleash something, it's gonna be bad. And it's over the top, okay? I knew it. Over the top, okay? And the way he was talking to her and everything, I'm like, why do you even gotta talk to her like that? And I'm not even talking about this episode. I'm talking about the last episode, which she was like, I'm tired of you disrespecting me, blah, 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 you know? Like, she's a whole freaking CO. These folks are deleting people that are like a part of the law, which should make them get into way more trouble. I don't know, y'all. Diamond going back to his old self. I see him going to jail. Yeah. Who said that as well? My guy DeMarcus. He said that Diamond is going back to jail, and he's gonna be taken out by what's that dude, Rojas. I mean, I guess it's poetic, huh? Whatever though. I'd hate to see it, but Ninja, you are just creating that for yourself because you're not being smart. Stupid. Diamond out of control. Part of it, that liquor in his system. Yep. And Jannar gassing him up. And that's another thing. You know that your brother, you know what? I don't want to say that he knows his brother is a junkie because he believes his brother is clean at this point, right? So I was going to say, you know your brother's a junkie. How can you listen to him? However, he didn't think he was. But you weren't listening to him like that before. Why are you listening to him now? You know? I really wanted Diamond and Tommy to work out. And I didn't mind it. Yeah, you know? I was cool with it. I just didn't like how Tommy, right, and Shanti were playing like the same role where they were trying to come in between the brothers. I didn't like that. You know, you got Shanti over there like, oh, you need to take your brother out so we can be on top. And then you got Tommy over there, kind of like he wanted Diamond to kind of have nothing to do with his brother. And it's just like, I mean, I get it, but it's like, I just don't like that type of stuff. Because like I said, I don't see Tommy doing that when it comes to his blood. So why you want somebody else to do it? So that whole thing, right, y'all, with the lady with the body parts. Yo, didn't them feet look mad heavy? Like, why them feet look so heavy? I can't imagine, and I don't even want to, like, this is so crazy, right? I can't imagine feet being that freaking heavy, yo. Them things looked heavy. Miguel and Tommy teaming up. Did y'all see that coming? I ain't mad at it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not mad at it. However, I think that it's not safe for Miguel. And as y'all know, I like Miguel. So I don't see it really being safe for Miguel because Tommy got a lot of people after him. And so to team up with somebody that, you know, is pretty much top op, I don't know. I do not know. So, yeah. And Maria, do y'all think she gonna make it? I hope she does. I really do. I hope she does. I like Maria. And I don't want any more of Tommy's girls dying. Well, it's like, you know how his girls be dying. I don't want that to happen to her. Anywho, y'all, it's been an hour and 18 minutes. I appreciate you guys coming through. Hopefully, we could get more into the discussion on Sunday. Okay? This season went by fast. Each episode raised the bar. I can't believe it's almost over. Yo, Gemini, did they pull out the pins or what? Huh? They was right in this season. Listen, I'm not mad at it. They was right in this season. Somebody said, listen, we got the reputation for being the worst spinoff in the Power Book series. We need to raise the bar. We need to show these people that we're not playing. And somebody from Chicago, honey, probably got mad and was like, listen, nah, I'm about to, no, we not even representing Chicago, right? They not representing Chicago. We need to do what we need to do, honey. They came out guns blazing. The first episode was cringy. I told y'all that. But after that, it was like, okay, we good now. Very, very good. Very good this season. Enjoyed it. Hopefully they don't end it stupid, because a lot of times that's what happens. You can have a good season happening and then the last episode you like, huh? But it doesn't take away from the season, but you could definitely see that they're gonna freaking do something dumb, you know? So, anywho, y'all. That's pretty much it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one, because you know your girl be spontaneous. Okay, guys? I want to thank Gemini Don for being here. Art Love. Veristic YT. I hope that I'm saying your name correctly. Gemini, I see your comment. I'm coming to it. Let me just hold on, let me scroll up. I know DeMarcus Vaughn was here, starring Toya. Kenyon Collier? I hope I'm saying it. Keon, I'm sorry. I'm messing names up. I'm so sorry, Keon. Welcome. Trying to see some other people. Starring Toya was here, like I said. I know there was other people in the building. Rashonda Greer, as always, up in here. DeMarcus Vaughn, I said that. Miss 2D. I know Michelle Flagger was here. Mo Dot, what's up? Blaze McCroy. Tamika. Shout out to Tamika Den AG. There's some other people. Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. My girl. And Inga. Okay, those are my peoples up in here tonight. You said my name. I almost said yes, dear. Our love. Okay, good. I'm saying it right. All right, I'm gonna take this one and then I'm out, guys. Okay. I'm about to watch did any of y'all watch Spartacus ever? Like, forget about the House of Asher. Have y'all watched Spartacus on Stars like years ago when it had like, I think it was 4 seasons, was it 4 or 5? I don't remember, but fire. Like, that's my type of show right there. So I'm about to watch like the House of Asher, the first episode. I fell asleep on the first episode, right? And I was not impressed, y'all. Like, first of all, I wasn't even interested in the House of Asher because I never liked him, right? And I don't know. So far, no good. But I did say I fell asleep on some of it. So now we got this chick in there, right? And she kind of like piquing my interest some, because I don't know if y'all know, like, I love me a warrior chick. So she's piquing my interest, but she got a little arrogance going on, and I'm like, girl, you ain't whipping nobody enough to be arrogant like that. Like, do some damage and then you could talk your ish. But right now you're sucking, and these ninjas is throwing you across this and throwing you across that and everything. I'm gonna need you to you know what I'm saying? Don't be talking trash and you can't back it up, okay, girl? Be humble at first, be quiet, and then silently whoop their freaking behinds. That's what I want to see. So I say all that to say, when I close this out, I'm gonna go give the House of Asher one more try. If it does not pull me in this first episode, I'm done. I'm not freaking wasting my time, because do not play around with Spartacus. Okay, like, that was stupid. To me, that's the best show on Stars, period. Over Power, over everything. I'm sorry. Now, Gemini said, most definitely I agree, 100, 100, 100. Writers did their thing. I'm patiently waiting for the final season of Raising Kanan and all the surprises the Power Universe have ready for what's next. Yes, they better do their big one with Raising Kanan, because, like, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? It's been a pleasure as usual. I love you guys. And even though I haven't been on, you guys all are always on my mind. Like, I can't even watch TV without thinking about freaking talking about a show. All right. So yes, sometimes I'm not gonna be on because, like I said, I'm busy right now. But as the next 3 months go along, I believe there's some things that's going to be opening up for me to be able to go back to being consistent. So please just be patient. You guys have been with me for a long time, a lot of y'all up in here, so I know y'all not leaving me behind, and you'll be here. So but I just want you to know that I did not forget about y'all, and that's just the bottom line, right? Love you, honey bunny. See you next time too, Gemini. Now listen, y'all have a good, safe night. Take care and be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. R.I.P. JP.